What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Allison and today I'm going to be filming a second review on the supplement Balance by Alani Nu. So I filmed my first review on the supplement a few months ago and I'll leave that link down below, and I definitely recommend that you guys go and check that out because in that video I talked about my entire experience and why I started taking the supplement in general. But it's been a while since I filmed that video and you guys have asked tons of questions regarding the supplement and things that I didn't touch on in that video. Also, I have stopped taking the supplement, so I figured what better way to talk about this than to film a video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I stopped it, how it affected my skin when I stopped taking it, and answering your questions. So I guess we can just start by me telling you why I stopped taking the pill. So I did not choose by choice to stop taking Balance, which is like a weird story, but I actually ended up having surgery in July of this year. And because I was having surgery, my doctor said that I couldn't take any medications 2 weeks prior to surgery and 2 weeks after surgery. Hearing this information, I was definitely nervous because at this point my skin was very, very clear and I never broke out. So I was very nervous about how it would affect my skin once I stopped taking it and if my skin would have to get used to it again, because in the initial time I took it, I remember breaking out like a tiny bit. So I was really nervous about the situation, but I really didn't have much of a choice because again, I was having surgery and I just did not have a choice. I stopped 2 weeks prior to surgery and initially I did not see any effect whatsoever. And that's probably because I was also on tons of other drugs. I was on like painkillers and antibiotics, so I really didn't see that big of a change in my skin. Like I didn't have this like big breakout and then my skin got clear. Honestly, when I stopped taking it, I didn't really see a change in my acne at all. So after surgery, I continued to not take it, and then when I got home from Michigan, which is where I had my surgery, when I got back to California, I knew like, okay, if I continue to not take it, I probably will eventually start to affect my skin. So once I got home, I started taking it again, and when I started taking it again, I initially broke out just that first week. Like I remember taking like 3 or 4 days worth of pills, and then not in the same day, like different days I took pills, but it had been 3 or 4 days of me taking the pills and I noticed that my skin started to get really bumpy, and it was like sweat acne, like sweat bumps, not like severe cystic acne. I was on it for about a week or two and I just decided, okay, maybe I should just let my skin chill for a week or two and then maybe I'll start taking it again. But honestly, I was really just like doing a trial and error. Like I don't know what to do and I just don't want my skin to break out and I don't want to be inconsistent with what I'm doing. So I decided to stop taking it. Once I stopped taking it, my skin was completely fine, and ever since I stopped taking it, I just haven't started taking it again. And it's nothing negative about the pills because the pills did help me so much when I first started taking them. But my thing is that I cured my acne initially by myself and by changing factors in my life. So I cured my acne by changing my diet, my lifestyle, topical treatments, gut health, and all of those factors were working, and I just felt like there was that little when I first found Balance, my skin was not bad at all. It was just like sort of bumpy. I broke out before my period and I just figured, you know what, if there's a pill out there and it's gonna give me crystal clear skin, I might as well try it. So when I started taking Balance, it wasn't like I put all my eggs in one basket. At that point, I was actually pretty happy with my skin, but I just figured might as well try it. Now that I don't take Balance, have I seen any other effects of like things I didn't see when I was taking them? And the answer regarding my skin is no. So I'm not sure if like the pill helped me for that period of time and like helped balance my hormones and now my body is just doing it itself, or like I don't really know what's going on. I'm not a scientist. I can't really account for like what has happened to my body since, but I will say that my skin is basically as clear as it's ever been, and I'm extremely happy with it because at the end of the day, I don't want to don't want to turn to a pill to give me clear skin, and I don't want to be reliant on anything besides like myself to give me clear skin. So will I start taking Balance again? I'm not sure, but as for the meantime, probably not. I mean, if my skin starts breaking out again, obviously I will turn to the pills to help my hormones, but I'm just the kind of girl who I like to do it very like natural ways. If you guys haven't seen my video where I talk about my acne and how I cured my acne in the first place, definitely go and watch that. But I cured my acne with things that I could do to affect my skin, but like I'm not putting anything extra into my body. Like I'm not taking antibiotics, I'm not taking any other pills. Basically to cure my acne, I just changed my diet and I started cutting out foods, and then for topical treatments, I just kept it super natural. So when it comes to taking Balance, I don't think it's a bad pill, and I know it works because it worked for me for a very long time. But in my head, I'm just like, why would I continue to take a pill if my skin is doing great? So that's why I stopped taking it. I didn't really have a choice to stop taking it, but to be honest, I'm actually kind of happy I don't have to rely on a pill to cure my acne. It's just really relieving, because there were points where like some days I would forget it and I would get nervous about it breaking out. That's my experience. I know everybody else's skin is different, everyone's body is different, so if you're wondering if maybe you should stop taking the pills, I mean, obviously it's going to affect you differently than it affected me, but that's where I'm at. So I'm not taking Balance. I am still doing everything else in my life to cure my acne. Like I'm cutting out foods, and I use the same topical treatments I've always been using since I started to see my skin clear up. So that's where I am at now. So now that I talked about why I stopped taking Balance and how that affected my skin, I'm now going to answer some of the questions that you guys asked in my first review video. And the first question is, did you break out when you started taking it? So I thought I touched on it in that video, but I'll answer it again here. So when I first started taking Balance consistently, I did not have an intense purging period. Like I didn't have any intense cystic acne that came. I didn't have like a huge big breakout. What I will say is that I do remember my skin feeling like kind of textured and like little bumps. They weren't necessarily whiteheads and they weren't blackheads. It was just like bumps on my skin, kind of like sweat bumps. And it could have been because of Balance, it could have not been, it could have been like a different factor in my life, because again, I'm very sensitive, my body is very sensitive to like foods and other factors in my life. So it could have been Balance, and I would recommend that if you are taking Balance and you're going through that purging period, consistently stay on it for a while. I would say give it up to a month, and if it's still affecting your skin in a negative way, then stop taking it. But definitely allow your skin to like balance out with the supplement, which is kind of punny because it's literally called Balance. But I would say don't let the fear of your skin purging, don't let that fear deter you away from not trying out the pill, because again, it did help my skin a lot when I was taking it, and if my skin wasn't clear now, I would be taking it again. So the second question is, did you take spironolactone with it? So in my acne video that I filmed, it wasn't even in my Balance video, but it wasn't in my Balance review, it was just my acne video in general. I talked about how I was taking a pill called spironolactone, which is prescribed by a doctor. You have to have a prescription for it. And I talked about how I was on that pill, and then I kind of segued to Balance and how I was taking Balance. But I want to be clear that I was never on those two pills at the same time, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend you taking those two pills at the same time, not for like a bad reason, but just because if one of the pills is helping your skin more so than the other, you're just not going to know what pill is helping you more than the other. So I would recommend not taking them together. Again, not for a bad reason. I never took them together. I actually took spironolactone for like, I could be pronouncing that wrong by the way, but I only took that for about 3 months, and that was way before I started taking Balance. That was like back in senior year of college, and I started taking Balance just last year. That answers that question. But aside from that, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments, and I'll get to them in a different video, because I want to help you guys as much as I have, like I want to help you guys cure your acne as much as I have had success curing my own acne. So feel free to leave any questions or comments or even video recommendations down below, and I'll be sure to get to them. I am now starting a new series on my channel that is related to skincare, and I'm going to be coming out with skin videos once every week. week, and I don't know what day I'm gonna be posting them, but if you guys like have a preference, let me know down below in the comments as well, and I will be sure to do that for you guys. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful for you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them and I will get back to you. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and hope to see you in my next one.